Hey guys, ZMD here. I'm glad you tuned into this video. You ever just sit there in your boxers or nude and look into the mirror with body dysmorphia, wondering why you don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, Phil Heath, etc.? I'm not gonna teach you how to get that look right now, but I wanna raise a bigger issue here. One is, why do you really want to look like that? Why? Do you really think that is the solution to getting you the acknowledgement that you've always deserved? Or maybe it's to get all the girls. Maybe you don't realize that, sure, while it's important to stay fit for health and many other reasons, the main reason you feel those aforementioned things is because of the natural confidence that you gain as a result of just going to the gym. That's the key word, confidence. Doing something that gives you meaning or purpose, especially when the tasks are a challenge and they don't come easy, that's gonna give you a lot of confidence right there. And if you haven't already, guys, please remember to hit that like button, comment, subscribe. It really does help me out. In this video, let's talk about a couple of the things that I personally feel to be a major problem in the fitness industry, but you could honestly probably apply a lot of these to other aspects of your life too. So, number one, always comparing yourself to others. Just stop it. Just stop. You gotta motivate yourself, but it is insanely discouraging to constantly compare yourself to others, especially when we all have different struggles. Genetics, and let's talk about the elephant in the room. A lot of people use steroids. Yes, so many people on social media that are posing in these photos and participating in these contests, and they claim to be natty. But I think we can safely assume it's extremely debatable in more than a few instances. And to be clear, I don't really actually care if you use steroids. I really don't. I think that, hey, if you understand the risks, frankly, then hey, it's a free country, whatever, do what you want. And obviously I'm not gonna sit here and encourage you to do anything illegal, but it's like morally, I'm not opposed to steroid use or anything like that. But I want you to make that decision for yourself, and hopefully it's an educated one. But especially in the fitness sector, you see all these huge guys and suddenly someone just decided that apparently the best look to have is to be the bulkiest looking thing, to where, you know, your posture is all jacked up, your shoulders are all rotated in, which you guys know those guys that I'm talking about. I mean, they can barely walk without just looking so goofy. And it's like, why is that the goal? Why is the goal to be the biggest looking thing? I mean, honestly, the best physiques that most women even tend to like are guys with some good muscle tone. They're generally lean and just overall good tone. I mean, it's funny because I was a victim of this mentality when I started lifting too. And it's like, I would always try and ego lift heavier than I could. And I started getting more injuries, my form would suffer. And I also started consuming a lot more calories than I should have in an effort to get big. And that's fine and everything, but in hindsight, I really don't know why I was doing that. I gained a big belly from it for a while from just a terrible diet, and I didn't even feel that good, and it was all because I just wanted to get big. Now I'm so much happier because I'm glad I'm more knowledgeable about my goals and really what health means to me. So I want you guys to figure that out for yourself too. On the opposite spectrum, there's so many people who claim to have body fats that are below 10%. I mean, really? It's literally a mental disorder. Body dysmorphia is a serious problem. When you start getting body fat levels lower than that, you're really gonna start suffering from fatigue, depression, your hormones are all thrown off and your libido's messed up. And it's like, what quality of life is that? Really? Yeah, all my family and friends are in town and I can't have a couple slices of pizza or a cheesecake with them because of this diet, so, but you know, I'm on my mission. I know, right? Go me. What is the point of that? Guys, the whole point of this is that moderation is the real key to finding a middle ground that is the most reasonable and sustainable for a long period of time. Now, number two, just going back to my prior point on steroids, so many influencers are using their unnatural physiques to sell supplements and training plans and any other product they want, and they target impressionable young men, often noobs who are clearly not confident about their bodies and they don't know any better and they just go and buy it. They lie and deceive and you are getting played straight to the bank. Most of us don't want to hear that clear-cut answer to losing weight is really just diet and exercise, because those things are hard and maybe they're too simple. We want magical pills to solve everything. It's honestly mostly diet and exercise, and honestly, it's mostly just diet. And once you start doing the exercise and the lifting part, it's actually pretty fun. But stop buying into many of these fake guys that are huge in the industry that claim to be natural, because it raises unrealistic expectations and disappointments in yourself. And frankly, you let them fool you into buying a bunch of extra pills and supplements that you don't really need. I mean, it's gotten so bad, it's pretty funny in the fitness community, but some of you on the outside may not know, people are actually using fake weights. Really? It's just sad to what extent people are going to sell you things and to promise you insane results. Now, that's not to say I feel that all supplements are scams. I think creatine, for instance, has been proven to help with lifting in ways based on a lot of research, and it probably does have some effects on ATP replenishment and your max lifts and your endurance. People are looking for magical foods that will help them lose weight fast. You know, people care about celebrities. In fact, it's a lucrative industry, and funny enough, dieting and exercise consistently and finding a maintainable balanced lifestyle is really all it takes. It's just discipline. But things like promising results without exercising and advertising these superfoods and kind of these magic supplements that are gonna melt the fat off, showing you before and after pictures of celebrities that, you know, took this pill to lose a ton of weight to further endorse just some product that may actually be harmful for you. I mean, you gotta be careful. I mean, some of the ingredients in these weight loss supplements are so dangerous, especially if you've got pre-existing heart conditions, or maybe you've got like some type of genetic condition and your body's not gonna react the same way that someone else will. If you guys have ever heard of HOCM, like hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy, it's a sudden cardiac death syndrome, and most of the people who die from this never know they had any issues with it. You know those athletes and they're just in the middle of a game and boom, just like that, in the middle of a game, sudden cardiac death, they have like an increased heart rate and demand on their body and they can't take it. Obviously it happens much less now as a lot of the professional athletic organizations screen for this type of stuff, but you know, yeah guys, there are more issues I have with it, and I think since most of my videos have been on the longer side thus far, I'll probably make a part 2 to this video and share some of the other issues I have with the industry and things that I think you should be aware of and cautious about. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something, and as always, keep being a boss.